Imagine you are in a Zoom meeting and suddenly a notification pops up on your phone, or a new mail message comes in which demands some action. My dear friends, what are you going to do? Are you going to stop that meeting? Are you going to exit from that meeting? Or you are going to simply switch off your camera and respond to the messages? This is the decision we make all the time. Greetings to all my listeners. I am Vinay Srivastav, the host of the podcast, the Wincast Show. I was reading out resumes sent to me for the potential candidates when someone mentioned multitasking as one of their skills. I am very good in multitasking, doing multiple things at the same time. People say proudly that they are multitaskers. I feel that this is not a skill. I am not proud to say that I do one thing at a time and simultaneously I do other thing also. Then to which exactly task I am paying more attention? Or is it that in my life, if I am doing one thing, then the other thing is not important? In today's world, people have to come up with these kind of circumstances many a times. On the other hand, there are people who say that they don't do multitasking. They don't accept that they are in multitasking. But my dear friends, if you are driving a car and if you're listening to the music and also talking to your colleagues, then you are guilty of multitasking. I'll tell you of today's scenario. I had gone to attend a session in Dadar of my lighthouse mentees, and while I was coming back and listening to my favorite music, I was so engrossed in that I forgot the route. I forgot to take a turn and I went ahead, and then I had to take a U-turn after driving for 4-5 kilometers. The reality is that our brain is designed only to do one work at a time, one task at a time. Our brain cannot handle two tasks simultaneously. Originally, the word multitasking was used to describe the computers in 1960s by IBM. This was the first time when they marketed their PCs, when they said that these PCs can multitask. So what exactly is multitasking? What is actually multitasking? Whatever comes to my mind, multitasking is dealing with one task or consciously doing something without any loss of speed and accuracy. So if I'm doing two things, both the things can be done with the same level of speed and same level of accuracy. Now, guys, is this possible? According to one of the studies, only 2.5% of the people can actually multitask, which is also not proven. Then what is exactly that we are doing? We are task switching, which means that we are doing one task, and from that one task we are switched to another task, and then we come back to the first task, and we keep on rotating between different tasks in such a manner. But if we are doing this frequently, then are we not doing justice to one task? I feel that multitasking can lead to a lot of inefficiencies, because at one time if we are doing something, then we are ignoring the other thing. Sometimes multitasking can be very costly, as it can lead to mistakes. When we switch from one task to another task, we lose focus, or sometimes we are mentally in the same old task and physically in the new one. And that is why there are icebreakers or meditation sessions before the start of a new workshop or a meeting. It is a myth when people say that multitasking increases productivity. It is a myth when people say that multitasking is okay at work. It is a myth when people say that in today's world, multitasking is must. Then what is the solution for this whole thing? How can we take on multiple activities at a time? If we have so many things in our hand, then is it possible that we can do all the things together? I feel that we should fix up the time for each and every activity so that we are able to give sufficient attention and the amount of energy that it deserves. There are some people who use Pomodoro techniques, which means working for 25 minutes, taking a break, and then again working. Now, the harm here is that during that break period, what is the work you are exactly doing? If you are studying for 25 minutes and then taking a break and playing some game, then what happens is that when you come back from that game and you start doing your task, your mind still remains in that game and you are not able to concentrate in the new task. So we have to be very careful what we are doing during that break. And then most important thing is prioritizing what exactly should be done first, then the second, then the third. Most important tasks should be handled first. We all have a tendency to procrastinate, which sometimes we delay doing things which are time taking or which are hard, and we go for quick wins. But in the end, what happens is we tend to ignore, and then there are problems when we are not doing the important things. So what exactly we should do is, instead of task switching, we should pay attention on single tasking and then giving enough importance, finishing them in time, and then switching off to the new work. This is all, my dear friends. If you like today's episode, do share your feedback with me, and also do share your comments in form of WhatsApp message or whichever way you are connected to me with. Please share your please share this episode with your friends. Thank you. Good night.